Good evening, dearly beloved sisters. I am super excited to come online today and to wish every one of us Happy New Year once again. Such a great pleasure and joy in my heart that we are all here to celebrate 2025 that God Himself has given to us. It's a gift from God, and we are not taking it for granted at all. I'm wishing you a very beautiful year, a year rich with success, filled with favor, a year of grace, a year of multiplication, a year of abundance, victory, a year of joy, a year of celebration, a year of many congratulations, a year of victory in every aspect, a victory over your health, victory over your finances, over the children, over the works of your hands, in Jesus' name. Particularly for those that are having any health challenge, I am saying tonight by the power of the Lord and by the power in the name of Jesus that you will give testimony this year. Every treatment plan, everything that you're doing in the place in spiritually, to pray, to fast, to eat, to do treatment, clinic, therapy session, everything that you are doing, it will work for you. It will tolerate, your body will tolerate them, and it will bring forth healing. The power of God will mix with them, and the name of the Lord will be glorified concerning your health. You will share testimony over your health, and you will be a source of encouragement to others in the name of Jesus. Thank you for being part of tonight's meeting, and God bless you. Tonight, I have three things to share with us, and the three things are very important. And without wasting time, I'd like to share the first one. The first one is an admonition. I want to start by asking a question: that what plan do you have for this year? I know you have so many plans. Some of us have we have our vision boards, we have our goal planning, our book. We have things that we have done to make sure we are in alignment with all the things that we have in mind or planned out or thought about as dreams and expectations. So you have them written down. I also want to say that I hope one of the things that in your list is also setting goals for your health. Are you setting goals for your health? Are you paying attention? Are you thinking of how you are going to work through your health with God helping you? Now, God has given you everything that is needed. I'm not talking about only the place of prayers alone. Of course, that is not negotiable. Everything, nothing happens in the physical without first taking care of them from the spiritual angle. Everyone have a secret place. And I hope your secret place is the place of the presence of Jehovah God, our Creator, by the power of the name of Jesus Christ. And then if your secret place it is, that is non-negotiable, it is important. For anything good to happen to you, you must settle it at that place. And after you do that, are you taking steps to ensure that you embrace the instructions and the directives of the Lord, what He has given to you, to be able to run through your series of health this year? Are you embracing? Are you making plans to say, these are the things I am going to do? Are you making up your mind to change, to take a step and change certain ways of doing things and embracing God's way of doing things? Okay. Are you looking at your health and lifestyle practices and nutrition that we talk about? Are you looking at it as God's instruction for you, or not like a man is speaking to you and telling you and giving instructions of what to do? Are you putting it at the tablet of your heart and say, this is part of the commandment of God for my life and for my health? Are you looking at it that way? You're looking at your health as God giving you instruction on things to do. I hope we have plans for all of that as well. I want to believe you have that. The reason why I'm asking every one of us is that it is very important to put this at the forefront of our heart and our mind and our plans. And say, I'm going to do this more for my health. I'm going to pay attention to the things I eat. I'm not going to be careless with my food, with my lifestyle. I'm not going to walk alone. I'm going to walk with God when it comes to my health. I'm going to take up the challenge. I'm going to walk through this path. I'm going to be victorious because I will be following the instructions given by me by God. Are you that kind of person? And because it is important at this time for us to pay attention to that, we must not be over spiritual and say that the Lord has taken care of them, and yet we plunge into carelessness, into things and that God does not want us to do. We are contradicting the word of God if you are doing that. So please, let it be important. Let it be at the utmost important for you that your well-being is very, very critical. Aside from nutrition, I want us to also know that part of good health is the place of is the place of managing your stress, managing the stress. Everything in this life, there is nothing that have a beginning that doesn't have a end. So if there's a problem that is facing you, there's a challenge that is facing you, just know that that challenge, that problem has an expiration date. It will come to an end. By the time the problem comes to an end, I am hoping that you will not be in pieces by the time that problem will come to an end. You need to put yourself together, and the only way you can do it is to always submit everything to the Lord and know that whatever happens is God that owns you, and He knows how to take care of them, so that we don't get to the point where we are overwhelmed with stress, we are destroyed with stress because of certain things that we are faced with. God knows everything about you and He's able to take care of it. Stress is a killer, especially for women, because stress is one of the things that's a trigger, big trigger for menopausal issues. Women who are at the age of menopause, premenopause, menopause itself, or postmenopause, most the studies have shown that stress can trigger many of the symptoms that we come. Of course, it's a natural phase of life, but stress also can contribute to many of these symptoms and can make them really bad. Ensure you manage your stress as much as possible. Please rest when you need to rest, sleep when you need to sleep, program your mind. I'm actually speaking to myself as well. And I'm happy that I'm saying this as well. I can listen to it again. Sleep when you need to sleep, laugh when you need to laugh. Please laugh well this year, smile very well this year, so that you can bring up the happy hormones from your system. All the happy hormones, bring them from your system so that you will be a better person, better version of yourself by the grace of God. Don't hold anything too much to your heart. Let it go. Forgive people in advance. Forgive people in advance. Don't hold anybody in your mind. Release them. Ask God to help you. Forgive everyone. Forget them. If it's difficult to forget, ask God to help you to take them off your mind as pain. The last thing I said was very important. Times are hard, yeah, but we are making times really, really tough and hard for ourselves because we are putting so much burden in our heart, so much stress, and so much pain in our heart by the thing that somebody has done to you. Please forgive everyone in advance, because in forgiveness there is joy. In forgiveness there is peace. In forgiveness there is harmony. In forgiveness there is progress. In forgiveness there is connection between you and God. When there is the flow between you and God, you can be sure that your health will experience, great turnaround. Don't hold anybody in your mind this year. forgive them. The family members, forgive them. The friends that have hurt you, betrayal in any form, please forgive them, because that's where your victory lies. I'm here to encourage you again that please forgive everyone who have offended you and let them go. Genuinely forgive them. It may be difficult to forget your offenses, but as you ask God for help every day, you will be healed inside and out. And before you know it, you'll be asking yourself, is it really you that have let go like this, or that have forgiven this person this much? Because God is able to help you. You have asked Him for power and grace to help you, and He will step in to help you, and He will move on. Whatever has happened in the past, please let it be in the past. Move on to the future. There are better and greater things that are there for you in the future, and it will happen for you. I want you to always embrace God, joy, joy, because the Bible says that the joy of the Lord is our strength. That is on the note of admonition. The second one that I want to talk about, I won't call it a rebuke, but I want to express certain things on how I feel about certain things. And I want you to please take this to heart. It is important for me to share this so that we can all learn a lesson from it. In the course of the year, last year, 2024, I remembered I just thought within my spirit mind that no teaching, let me do recipe, um, take recipe approach for towards the end of last year. And I shared some recipes with us. There are certain recipes that I shared that are really from really, really from the deep part of me that I learned them from. Okay. And I felt that if I share it with you, with the house, you can learn from them. You can make them, keep them at home, and then you may not know when you will need them. And I share quite a number. And one of the people, I remember one of our sisters called me, and she just said to me that she had certain issue. And when she said that to me, I am always willing to help. And I always love it when women reach out to me. And of course, I respond to as many people that I know in the best of my ability well. But this particular one got to me so much because I just shared the recipe of what this person asked me for. And the painful part is not the fact that the woman reached out to me. No. The part that pained me that this person was really suffering in pain, right? Suffering in pain. And I felt really touched in my heart. How will you have certain things at home and then you are suffering from them? Okay. It's like God opening your eyes to some things. Okay, go and take, when you pray, God might ask you to give you certain instruction. Or what is the meaning of prayer? Prayer is talking to God, communicating to God about the areas that you know that you need help. Please come in and step in for me. It is not always all times that God come with a miraculous hand, which He has to touch you and bring the pain out. Sometimes God might give you specific instructions and say, go and take this, go and drink this, go to the doctor, go and do certain things. And you will launch for that thing and you will find that you had relief. So many times that God have done miracles for us like that. In the middle of the night, or certain things happen, you reach out for something, and before you know what is happening, God is able to use that thing for you. Some will say to me, it is not what you use that actually delivered you. It was God that helped you. I said, I'm not taking the glory from God. I'm only saying that it's God that gave you the wisdom to launch out of that thing. And we are giving all the glory to Him. So now I asked her, what do you have at home? So I was expecting that she will have made one or two things from the recipes that I've shared. But alas, she doesn't have anything. I was shocked. Then I said, oh, maybe she was not, or maybe she has not joined the platform when I shared it. I said, I just shared it recently, just December here. And it was then she went to Russia and Russia and Russia and got one of the recipes to take care of her health. Please, women, let us stop doing this. If you share certain things on the platform, they are not, I'm happy one of our sisters shared this story above. And I see somebody even asking, what is it used for? This is not what we should be doing here. This platform is not for decoration. It's not a Christmas tree. This platform is to educate us, to help us to get better, so that we can improve on some areas in our health. And if you are doing your best, God will see how much you are doing and God will step in for you. All right. So if this woman had gotten that thing, she wouldn't have suffered for days. So I said to her, I'm going to charge you. I have it in my house. I've made it. I'm going to charge you money. I'm going to charge you money for giving you that. And then it was at that point that she's one of my dear sisters. It was at that point that she had to quickly go and get, and she called me back. Oh, she's gotten one of the recipes. It didn't take 24 hours that she got absolutely got a very, very huge relief. She couldn't talk. She couldn't, relieve herself. And it was at that point she said, called and dropped a voice note. Can I hear her voice? She's talking better now. So I started smiling within me. So if I didn't tell you I'm going to charge you big money, you wouldn't know what to do. So that's on a lighter note. But please, when I come here on this platform, it takes the grace of God to share certain recipes for me, for you, from me to you. I want to share freely, but there's some certain recipes I felt no, these ones supposed to be in the archive. These ones are to my chest. These ones are my recipes, but I come here, I share them with you, especially the recipe that I shared last. I am surprised. I will really be surprised if there's somebody on this platform that doesn't have that recipe at home. You never can tell when your family members, or your siblings, or your nephew, or somebody that at home we need that recipe. You don't know when. And you are quiet about that. And you will just come to me, Ma, I have this. What can I use? And be like, how can I stretch my hands to you where you are? It's only God that can stretch his hand to you at the end of healing. But if you have certain things, recipe, keep them at home. Label them. Label them. Except you don't have confidence in what I share with you. That's the only thing. Label them. The recipes that I shared last, because for that cough, it's not just cough alone. If I tell you many of those things that thing has helped, things that simple recipe has helped, people that helped, you will be amazed. I have seen somebody, I went somewhere, I just carry a little bottle in my hand and I drop it. And as I saw the person do it, I said, okay, use it. The person actually, I stayed there, the person actually used it within space of some hours. And by the second day, the person felt better. I said, okay, use it again, use it. We are not taking the place of God. Let us stop this attitude that we will think that when you are making certain things, you are taking the place of God. That is incorrect. That's incorrect. God gave me wisdom to know how to mix certain things together. And there are things that are around you, ginger, garlic, just knowing how to mix them in certain ways. And it's a simple, and I share them with us just to go and make them at home. Some will say they don't have this one ingredient. Oh, am I going to come and buy ingredients again for us? Please reach out and go and get these things for yourself. They are just around you. Mix them together. Look for the money. If you make that old bottle, you probably can't finish, and it can last. It doesn't need to refrigerate it. It can last for a period of time. It can last for months. It can last for years. You just keep it there. Your children are having slightest cup of form. Take a teaspoon and give it to them. You, your husband, or anything, take a teaspoon and give it to them. Must we allow things to go out of hand before we start attending to them? Every big sickness starts somehow. Let's track them. When God is giving you instructions, go ahead and do certain things that God has given to you. Please, wisdom is very profitable. Is very profitable. May the Lord help us. Why we are here is not just to play. We are here for a purpose. God has brought us together here for a purpose. Forget about those that are not in alignment. But I am encouraging you that I am confident enough and I'm enough to see that it's God that brought us together for one another. We are here to encourage one another. We are here to support one another. We are here to give a word of encouragement to one another. When you're on this platform, there's something that just keeps inside of. When I just see the platform, I see what women are doing. I've learned quite some things from women here. There was one of our sisters that shared about pap here. I reached out to her and I told her, even when I wanted to make my own pap, I reached out to this beautiful woman to give me certain quantities I was not clear about, and she painstakingly shared with me. And I have that pap with me. I don't joke with things like that. I keep them, and that pap is so nice and so filling, rich with fiber and probiotics. Amazing pap recipe is in my fridge. Immediately she shared it, I ran to the market, bought some few things, and these things are not expensive. The other thing I want to say is, but that expensive thing, it is only people that have money that can do healthy living. That's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. I keep saying that it may be expensive in the short run. In the long run, it is cheaper, far cheaper, far cheaper. If you know the cost of meds, the cost of malaria drug alone, you understand what I'm saying about that when you say something is expensive. When you put your mind that healthy living is expensive, you keep saying it to yourself, and then it will be far from you to be able to achieve it. Who is asking you to go and buy strawberry? Who is asking you to go and buy raspberry? Who asks you to go and buy blueberry? Who is asking you to go and do that? They are asking that the fruit in season, eat them in abundance. The oranges in season, eat them. Agbalumo is in season, reach them. I was surprised today. I went somewhere before coming here. I went for a meeting at Ikeja, and when I got there, they served us juice there. And the juice they served us there was agbalumo juice. I was amazed. I was blown away. I say, God, this is amazing and this is wonderful. They served everything they served us in that place was juice, fresh orange juice, fresh pineapple juice. They gave us zobo juice as well. They made it somehow agbalumo juice as well. It's not even Tabita. Oh. I went there. I'm not. They don't even know me as Tabitha there. I just went there for my own work, for my own assignments there, and I was too glad. Of course, you can be sure. I was glad at what I am saying. Elderly people, and you know how to take care of themselves. Fresh orange juice, fresh pineapple juice with ginger. It served me agbalumo juice. Agbalum, they put ice inside, mix it certain way, and it was excellent. These things are not expensive. You can make agbalumo juice as well. If you don't have a juicer, have agbalumo juice. Some people have said some things to my face that I'll be like, well, God, you know that it's their understanding. It's their understanding. They'll be like, if you know, let me not just say too much. But I will just look at it as well. If you only understand the things it's God's own way, God's instruction of healing us, and we must embrace it, either we like it or not. That is the best way to restore our body. Is His commandment, is what He has said to us. He said, I have given you this tree, the fruits, the tree bearing fruit. I've given the seed bearing fruit. I've given you the leaves for our healing. That's what He said. Do you want to change do you want to change the instructions of God? If you go, the more we go out of this instruction, the more things get so bad for us. I'm happy that things are changing now. The economic situation is making us to think inward. Now we can imagine they are serving agbalumo juice. That's exactly what it should be. We should embrace our local thing. Agbalumo juice. I'm not saying it's not Kwekwe meeting people. The place where they had a meeting, I'm like, this is amazing. We are beginning to embrace our own local delicacy, our own local thing. They are rich in antioxidant. It is not when you eat strawberry alone. Agbalumo is high in vitamin C and it's coming out in season now. Oranges is coming out. Do these things well. Eat God's food. Let what comes into your mind God's food. Let me not flog it too much here because I have other things to share. Now, the other thing I want us to also talk about here is about detoxification. This month is our month of detoxification. And it is important for us to detoxify our system. Now, a lot of people, a lot of Christians are engaged in spiritual activity, fasting period, and all of that. I have few words based on the things that I've heard and people have shared with me. Now, we learn from people, and it's also important to share with us what some of the things that I have seen, that I've heard, that we also learn from. Now, fasting is not for everybody. And I say it again with all sense of respect to all spiritual leaders listening to me. Fasting and even in medicine is not for everybody. I remember my the general overseer of a former of my church when he says that he said something and it looks like he was speaking, it was heresy. And he said, if you are on medication, take your medication. Don't say because you are fasting, you are believing God, and you skip your medication and your blood pressure now go up. God forbid anything happen. Is that wisdom? Please, if you are diabetic and then it has not been well controlled, or you are not working on it, of course, I know some people that have said, yes, you can fast. And then we gave a program of fast that you can do. I give them certain things that ways that they can go about it. And I think that is going on well. Now, if you know that you have certain gastrointestinal issues that will not take you, that will not allow you to skip meal for a long period of time, there are things, there are ways you can do it. Fasting is not only when you skip your food. If you are doing maybe cooked food, you can say you want to do juice fast for that period of time. Juicing when you are fasting is not a crime. When you will take certain juice, you take water because of dehydration, it's not a crime. Please quote me anywhere. If your pastor is saying I'm speaking heresy, please check through the Bible, check through yourself, check through other medical professionals, and check through other experienced people as well. Please, it is not only when you skip meal, when you skip food that you are fasting. Fasting is not to make us miserable. Fasting is to make us feel better spiritually, physically, mentally, mentally, emotionally, in all area. By the time you finish fasting, then you should be a better person in whole ramification. When no, but by the time you finish fasting, they rush you to the hospital. God forbid, that will not be your portion. Fast with wisdom. If you know your body is feeling unwell and you're fasting, please take a break at that point. Take water, you may be dehydrated, your sugar level may be dropping, your blood pressure may drop. Please take note of these things and check all that you need to check your vital signs. That takes me to this other important aspect of our first teaching tonight. I have shared with us several times here that certain things are very important for us to have at home. Women, please, in the name of God, I am begging us, invest in certain things that are important to you. Not some people have started saving money for one ashwabi that they will buy in September. The same way you can also start saving money for certain things. That's why I started with what are the plans and goals you have for your health. The three important things that you should have at home. One, you should have a blood pressure machine. Have blood pressure machine. Having blood pressure machine, it is not lack of faith. Please get one blood pressure machine at home. Keep it at home for yourself. You may feel somehow, especially for those who have high blood pressure, you may feel somehow you need to check your blood pressure. Certain times I feel somehow unwell. The first thing I reach out to check my blood pressure. I reach out to check my blood pressure to check. When I see that, that gives me a sense of rest. Let me share with you here. The first thing I said is blood pressure before I go to that. Then the second one is sugar level. Blood sugar machine is important. A glucometer is very important. Get a glucometer. Don't say because I don't have diabetes. Invest in these things. Glucometer, I think it's about 18,000 or thereabout. High blood pressure machine, you don't have to get Omron. Omron is very expensive, maybe 100 and something, but there's some. I got one recently. I think it's less about 20 something thousand. Very good. It's not a common brand, but also very good. You can get that and keep it at home. Then the last thing that you need to have at home, which is also very important to you, it's also what's they call it now? some of this regimen that we teach on a daily basis, especially your black seed oil. You want to have your coconut oil, you want to have your activator coat at home. Women, you want to have dandelion at home, you want to have certain things at a few things that we have mentioned. And of course, some of this cough recipe, asthma recipe, respiratory, and some of the things, something like stuck into your throat. This environment that we live in, we don't have power over them. Okay, we don't have control over them. Let me use the right word, the control over them. You cannot ask a bird, right? They say not to fly over your head. Say you can only prevent it from from what do you call it, cheating on you or something. You cannot have, you can't build a nest on on you. So you can always find a way around some of these things by creating things around you. Okay, build some of your cabinet, let it be a pharmacy based cabinet. I don't think anyone should be on this platform that have a nursing child and be asking, my child have cough, what can I use? I don't think, in fact, if anybody to ask that question, I will not answer the person. Please note that one. I won't answer because I have given recipes upon recipes of for. In fact, I even gave a very rich recipe. Keep it at home. Be a helper to somebody. Why do we need to get some of these machines at home? You see, I was having a program sometimes last month, and it was a very busy time. And so I could open my smoothies, at all times. So at a point, I was out of a house. So I had to carry my smoothies, freeze them, put it where I was staying. So I got to a particular place, getting all those things was not very easy. So one morning I woke up, I just felt on my feet that I wasn't fit. My balance wasn't good. Okay. Immediately I felt that my balance wasn't good. I just said, what could be happening to me? I checked my cycle. I said it wasn't a cycle period. So I just reached out to the glucometer around me. I checked my blood sugar. And you will not believe that my blood sugar, not that ridiculously low, but of course my blood sugar is usually in the morning maybe about 75, 80, or 85, like that, or sometimes 90, under 100. So but this particular day I saw that my blood sugar was 61 or so. Of course it's between 60 and 100, but at that number I knew that this is a figure I haven't seen. So I knew there was a connection. Immediately I finished, I took the orange. There was tangerine in my in the fridge where I was staying. So I picked tangerine. I took four tangerine like that and I took it. So immediately I felt, because and I knew if I had not checked and I saw that balance. See, that's why I said that God speaks to you. It speaks to all of us. And your body speaks to you, and that's your way of God speaking to you. Your body communicates to you on a regular basis. So immediately I felt that if I had not felt that way, because I would definitely walk down. I have a distance of places that I walk down to. Yes, but your body have a way of providing, making up for you. Yes, but then I know I won't feel very easy, and I won't really know. And I may go to where I was going to take another maybe like 1 2 hour before I take something. I will really feel. I'm sure I will really feel uneasy. But by the time I took that tangerine and all of that, I had a boost, you know. And immediately again, I checked again. I saw that it has gone to like 70. It has increased by about 5 or 6, so which is very comfortable for me. So these are the reasons why I'm saying that. Then another thing, I'll give another scenario. I'm sharing myself as an example. So I took my son to high clinic to go and check his before going to school, and I said, but I am also in the hospital. Let me check my eye and all of that. Oh, and but so my son said, Mommy, what is wrong with your eye that you want to check? I said, no, because I'm here. Let me just do an eye test. It's been a while I do an eye test. It's one of the things that we neglect. So I decided to do an eye test. The doctor said, oh, it's not, everything is fine, but just take some eye drops just to clear, the allergy reactions and all something. So I took the eye drop religiously, and I took it, and I used the eye drop. I used the eye drop at night, and by early morning when I woke up, I knew I was starved of oxygen. Say, how am I feeling this way? So when I got up, and I had to use that eye drop again in the morning because it's night and morning and night. So I used it that night. I feel, I would have used that thing in the morning, but the Lord said, just me doing, I said, go and check your blood pressure. So I just went to where I keep my blood pressure stuff. So I checked my blood pressure. Behold, my blood pressure had dropped. So I started wondering and looking around what was going on and all of that. Who could have made my blood pressure? And I was feeling nasty. So immediately I checked unfortunately I didn't check the leaflet of the eye drop before I took it. I just said, maybe he said it's just for just allergy. So, and behold, I checked the leaflet of the blood, this thing, of the literature inside the eye drop. The first thing that showed me here is that this eye drop is capable of dropping blood pressure to causing hypotension. Hey, I said, aha, I have seen. And before I read that thing, I reach out for alligator pepper to eat it, to get it. I reach out to almond. I reach out to, raisins. I just eat something to boost my energy up. I know when you are struggling for certain things like that, it takes a while before you come around and all of that. So I needed to, actually attend some certain process. This is funny. So I started this. So when I heard it, I said, no wonder. I called the hospital myself and I called the hospital, the clinic over there. I said, what happened? I had a terrible reactions on this. I said, what happened? So, I said, my blood pressure dropped. I said, really? So, maybe you are reacting. You must be reacting to that kind of idol. Please come back to us. Let's change the idol. I said, don't worry. I will see you some other time. So that was how I left the episode of the hydro. So what am I saying? I'm giving an example to you also to know that we need certain things to have at home to begin to ascertain things. It is not that you are not spiritual. See, God gives you a nudge and start, it helps you around. Because ultimately, in all that we are saying, God is our helper in all. But when He's giving certain instruction, let it not be that you are negligent or you are ignorant. You understand? Let it be that the Lord is equipping us or as end time army in every aspect of our lives. It might just be you or somebody else that you want to help. And you have certain things to do. People have checked blood pressure and they said that their blood pressure has gone to like 200 and something without them knowing. And alas, they rushed them to the hospital and that was why they started their treatment. If they have moved, that kind of person had moved or gone somewhere, they will say the person slumped. Please, certain things are very important. The Lord will give us wisdom. The Lord will give us understanding. The Lord will empower us. The Lord will strengthen our heart. The Lord will give us wisdom, grace, in a area of our health by the grace and mercy of God. Right now, I'm going to share a video with us to let us to know about our detoxification process. As I round up tonight, admonition on certain things that we need to do. Please pay attention to all the things that I've mentioned and the things that I've shared about taking serious the recipes that we share here. Reach out to them and make some and keep them at home. That is very, very important. Now we are going to be having a juice challenge this particular month. And the juice challenge should start by 15th of this month, God helping us. It's going to be 10 days challenge. And I personally want to work with 20 women who are ready to go with me. There are women who check messages like 2 weeks after. I'm sure they will not be part of this one. So this will for women who are fastest fingers first. And if I see your hand to the first 20 women are the women I'm going to personally work. I will add them to the group and then add them to a personal group, and then we'll be doing our 10 days. I will be sharing the recipe there, what the green juice material that you should get, the things that you should do, and then the way that you should do it. I will also show you how I have packed mine. I have packed mine already, and I decided not to start the juicing until I share this with you. So you get yours ready as well, and then we kickstart our juicing when you are ready. By 15th, we should do it. By 25, we should be finishing our green juice challenge. We should finish our green juice challenge by 25th. So I will share a video with you to give you certain instructions on the type of vegetables that we'll be using and how we'll be going about it. I'm wishing you a happy new year once again. A lovely, lovely, lovely time. Perfect, beautiful experience in our health. And God helping us by the grace of God. Let's keep praying for one another. I need your prayers. Please pray for me. And I'll keep praying for you as well. And I hope that I hope you know that we are praying for every woman on this platform. And the Lord will answer our prayers concerning everyone. Please remember me in your prayers. Remember all the administrators in your prayers. The Lord God will continue to show us mercy. God bless you and have a very wonderful night.